Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I play so much. All right, child. Let's talk. So, if you're not new here, you already know that my camera is not balanced. Okay, there we go. So, if you're not new here, you already know that I am an educator. I have a couple videos on my page about my outfits as a teacher, about my life. Well, not life, but my day to day as a teacher. Couple vlogs on there. So, I'm a teacher. Um, my title is Building Sub this year. When I first got started in 2021, I worked at Westside. I absolutely loved Westside. Love Westside. Absolutely, absolutely love Westside. Love that school. I was the choir teacher there, and that was my first job in this career field. I loved Westside because it was ran by a man, and I love women. I'm a girl's girl. Don't get me wrong. Love women. Love girl. But when something is ran by a man, it's less mess, less stress. The man gonna say what he gonna do. The man gonna say what we gonna do, and we gonna follow along. And if you don't like it, you can leave. With women, it's very catty. It's very catty. It's very messy. It's very I like you today. I don't like you tomorrow. Stuff like that. It's very nitpicky. I don't like that. I don't like that. So that's why I absolutely love Westside. And I actually felt like the principal there, and we're not calling any names because yeah, we gonna keep it cute. But I feel like the principal there actually had a relationship with the students and the parents. The students and parents could come to the principal if they had a problem because there was a relationship there. You get what I'm saying? All right. So that was one of the reasons. Even though at Westside, my first year of teaching, the student threw a book at me in my direction, and I was about to go back to retail because you know what? But the admin there had my back. They did what needed to be done to that student. That student was no longer in my classroom for the rest of the year. All right. That the student was, I think actually the student got expelled. I think. Because I remember that student being expelled. But the student actually had other issues as well, as far as behavior and IEPs, that's individualized education plan, all of those, 504s, all of those technical educational terms that student had. However, when my life was in danger, I'm putting a little 20 on 10, but no, seriously, when I felt offended, the principal did something about it. All right. So that's why I absolutely love that school. I would still be there today had they not wanted a band. And they actually asked me if I would change my position from choir teacher to band teacher because they had a football team. And with the football team, you want a band, right? Right. So I don't know anything about not anything about. Okay, so I graduated. I have my Bachelor of Arts in Music from the Lamont College. So I know a little bit about chords, chord progressions, all of that. But that's only on the keyboard. That's only on the piano. Not I don't even. Yeah, that's only on keys. Let's just say that piano, keyboard. Okay, I know. All right. C. I know F. I know A. Okay, we know that. We know key signatures and all of that. But baby, when it gets to being other instruments, mm-mm. I ain't gonna be able because that's when it gets technical and that's when it gets all and I understand that it's middle school. Westside is a middle school. I understand it's a middle school. And so you don't have to get that technical, but baby, I don't know. I will not be suitable. I will not be able to be suitable for them kids. All right. So, with that being said, I turned that position down, and then I went to elementary. And what I did, I went to elementary, and I loved elementary for the basics of teaching. That's when you teach to teach the students. The students are actually learning. It's the fundamental. Okay. So this elementary school was K through 5, and I was the ELA teacher. Did pretty good, pretty awesome. And then they wanted me to be the interventionist. Cool, still awesome. Hold on, y'all, because I still feel like okay. So yeah, still cool, still awesome. ELA teacher, interventionist. I still have a card that at the time one of my third graders gave me for teacher appreciation. So this baby did not know how to read at all. I'm saying anything, nothing, period. He didn't know how to read anything. So they brought him to me. They told me that. I was like, okay, we're going to work with him. I'm going to work with him. I'm going to get him. This student, he was one of my favorites, but he was also a troublemaker. And he was a troublemaker because he didn't know how to read. So because he didn't know how to read, he was a distraction and kept getting kicked out of class. He kept getting kicked out of class. I liked him. He was a cute little boy. So he liked me, and he would come to my classroom and I would teach him how to read. Once he left me, he began to read on a first grade level. So from reading absolutely nothing, no pronunciations, nothing, to leaving me in 1 year and going to a first grade level. And then he wrote my card. I wish I would have got the card, Jonathan. He was like, thank you for teaching me how to read. And his mama helped him because I used to call his mama and tell his mama what we was working on when he used to get kicked out of class. Y'all, that was just, I still got the card. I don't know if his mama watched. I don't know if my student parents, I don't know if y'all watching, but that just did something to me. I was just so excited that he knew how to do that. So I absolutely love that school. However, oh, and one of my other babies, hey girl, I ain't gonna call your name, but if you still watch me, hey Mira, I love you. Okay, so that school, to leave, y'all know I have, well, if you don't know, I do have 2 children, a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old. 7-year-old boy, 4-year-old girl. To leave them and then go to work and have to work with elementary and then leave those elementary students and then come back home to your elementary students. Baby, that wasn't for me. That one for me. I was so tired. When I tell you I was tired, I was like, I don't want no kids touch, even my own. Don't touch me. Don't bother me. I'm tired. That wasn't my specialty. And look, my mama worked in daycare, pre-K. Worked in daycare for a whole lot of years. I'm 28. I'm 28. I said what I said, and I'm taking it back. If you really want to know how old I am, look at my birthday vlogs, because I think I got like 2 or 3 of them on here. But for now, I'm 28, and my mama been working in education since my mama been, well, it is education, working in daycare since I was like 2 or 3. So she been working in daycare for probably like, what, 33 years? 32 years? And I'm 28. So, you do the math. Don't really do the math, but you do the math. But like I was saying, she worked in daycare when I was a daycare student. And she's still in daycare. I can't do it. More power to her and more power to y'all. They do that. They have kids and work in daycare. More power to y'all. I can't do it. So that was what happened with that job. Now, my last job, we're not gonna call any names, but this is where this video comes from. I quit and I got fired. So I enjoyed working with my coworkers. They brought joy to me. I brought joy to them. We would talk, laugh, lollygag, go out. My folks, I love them so much. I still love them so much. I think when I left, I kind of hurt them. I don't mean to toot my own horn because I don't do that. But, oh wait, child. Where do I start? Where do I start? So at this last job, my position was building sub. I worked 6th through 8th grade, right? Okay. When the teacher was out, I'm in. If a teacher called in, I'm in. If a teacher scheduled their time out, I'm in. Cool. I got that. I get that. When all of the teachers are there, I'm still in because I was contracted to this school. So I was the building sub for this school. And if more than one teacher is out, then they used another sub service where I was still there. I was a full-time employee, and the sub service would come in as well, the sub teacher, through that agency. Okay, cool. The difference between the sub teacher from the agency and me is they wanted me to be the teacher while the teacher was out. If they're out a day, if they're out for a couple weeks, I'm the teacher. Cool, get that. Don't have a problem with classroom management. Don't have a problem with working in the classroom. Don't have a problem with being in the classroom by myself with the students. Cool. However, the problem come in is if the teacher left, the teacher got fired, one or the other, doesn't matter, and you're in search for another teacher to fulfill that position with the qualifications, meaning with the teacher license. Okay, cool. Miss Wright gonna be in that classroom for that amount of time. Miss Wright need to be getting compensated because you still want me to do my job, which is cool, but you don't want to pay me the teacher pay because we don't know how long it's going to take for us to find another teacher. So let's say the teacher leaves in January. School is out in May. Let's say we don't get another teacher for that subject until April. So you want Miss Wright in that classroom until April. Okay, cool. But are you going to pay Miss Wright teacher pay? No. But you want Miss Wright to be the teacher? Yes. Oh, okay. I didn't understand. I don't understand. Did not get it. But I'm like, okay, a job is a job. I'm in there. Let's go. I like my people. I love my students. I love my people too. We in there. Let's get it. Baby, listen. I'm trying to not say what I want to say. I'm trying to be cute and keep it cute. That was one of the reasons. Second reasons were the behavior issues. Y'all know, I just said at Westside, the student, even though she had everything going on with her, she threw the book at me. She had an offense to happen, right? At this last school, nothing happened. I'm not going to say nothing happened. I'm not going to say nothing happened. Either an overnight suspension happened or an in-school suspension happened. So if a student throws a book at a teacher, you're telling me that the only thing that's going to happen is an overnight suspension or an in-school suspension. And then the kid is in your class the next day. This is real life things that's happening. Or you show favorites to one student and both students do the same thing. Let's just say both students get in trouble, they do the same thing. It's something major. One student get kicked out. Other students still there. What? What the what? Don't understand it. Also, so like I told y'all, I was the building sub, right? It's professional development week. Okay, cool. I'm thinking, since I'm the building sub and when a teacher is out, I'm to take their place. I'm supposed to be in the workshop with the teachers. They had me at the school putting up 2 days. I say 2 days. They had me at the school putting up signs. So when I get in the classroom, I'm not gonna know anything. Why? Because on the days that I'm supposed to be in there with the teachers, even though the teachers, if you're a teacher, you know how professional development days go. You don't really want to be there. But I'm just saying, if I'm a teacher, I'm a teacher, you got me putting up signs. Okay, cool. All right. So, what else? It's just, ooh, child. Ooh, it's so much but so little that I can actually say and tell because I'm trying to keep it cute. But those are some of the things. Those are most of the things that I had a big major problem with. So I quit and got fired. So I put in my resignation letter on a Monday. After I left work, came home, got settled, everything. Put in my letter of resignation. I said I was going to be polite. I was going to tell them that Friday was going to be my last day in the letter, and these are my reasons why. Okay, cool. Baby, they got mad and said, your letter of resignation can be effective immediately and no further compensation. Oh, okay, that's cool. I got a week off. That's fine. Cool. I worked last week. I worked today. I'm still in the pay period. We get paid Friday. Cool. It's not going to be the full check, but it's going to be a check. I looked at my bank account and there wasn't no check in there. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it is kind of early. Maybe I can wait until the official day that we get paid. I waited till the official day that we got paid. That check went in there. I'm like, hold up, because I know I get paid normally 2-3 days early. Because I got direct deposit. Let me take the kids to school and then check and see if the check in there. Took the kids to school. Check went in there. Oh, okay. So I said, let me check the bank. See if it's at least processing. I get to the bank. The teller said, no, ma'am, there's not a check processing. Not a check Okay. So, I'm nice, joy, light, all this stuff. Like, okay. Let me go to the school and see. Maybe they gonna mail the check. Maybe I need to come there and get the check. Let me just go to the school and see what the check is. Baby went to the school, spoke to the principal. The principal said in the handbook, it says if you don't put in a 4-week notice and you have to work all of the days in the notice when you put the resignation in, if you don't work the days and if you don't put a 4-week notice resignation in, you're not going to get paid. Baby, listen. I'm laughing now, but baby, the amount of pissed off I was. What the? That's why she said no further compensation. But no, baby, because you still owe me a check from the week that I worked that was in the pay period. Baby, no ma'am, Pam. Didn't get a check. So I worked for free for a week and a day. What? I don't understand that. It wasn't in the contract. This was not in the contract. I read my contract. It was not in the contract. It was in the handbook. A 100-page handbook. In nice, fine print. Now, my mama said, just wait a minute. Don't put the resignation letter in yet. Just wait till Friday to put it in. Mama, you know, I'm go ahead and put it Monday so they can know I ain't coming back. So they can know Friday my last day. You know, at least I'm nice enough to do that. Baby, I ain't getting no check. I had a job lined up. You know, you always have something in the back burner brewing, you know. I always do that. But the amount of pissed off I was. So that's why I said I quit. And them folks said, you fired. Of course, I didn't really say I was fired, but effective immediately. After I put in the resignation, what that mean? Oh, okay. Child, but that's my little tidbit. That's my little spiel on my story time. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I'm unemployed for a week. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel so I can get some. Nah, I'm just playing. But no, if you really do like the content, go ahead and watch another video. Go ahead and subscribe. If you like story time, go ahead and go ahead and comment because I got some more story times and I just want to know if y'all like my story time. So I got some more. But the only way you'll be able to hear it is if you like and you comment. Okay? So don't forget to tell your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your auntie, your uncle to subscribe to It's T. Lachey because I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. Yay! So help me do that, okay? Talk to y'all later. Bye.